Ladies and gentlemen, Bleu Parfum is here, and let's see what this one is all about. So one of the most talked about fragrances of 2018 is here. This is Bleu de Chanel Parfum Edition. Obviously we had the EDT that was released back in 2010. Then we have in 2014 the Eau de Parfum, and now the Pure Parfum or Parfum Bleu de Chanel 2018. The perfumer behind Parfum Edition is also the same perfumer as the 2010 and 2014 Eau de Parfum, none other than great perfumer Olivier Poge, which happens to be Chanel's in-house perfumer. Now the price point for this one is actually pretty steep. You're looking at two main sizes, 50 ml, which will run you $120, or 100 ml like this one, which will run you $150. I do not foresee this particular fragrance being discounted, so if you really want to check this one out right now, the only place that you can find this is at the Chanel's boutique. I heard this might be somewhat limited, so don't expect to find these discounted. So if you want to check it out, the link is below. Now, the only difference here from these previous bottles, the EDT and the EDP, obviously the bottles are going to be your standard Bleu de Chanel cobalt blue square looking bottle. The only difference now are the embellishments. The insignia on top of the magnetic cap as well as the name is now a light beige as opposed to the ivory white that we had in the two previous releases. And also one more difference here is actually the collar and the sprayer. Instead of silver, they're now black, and the sprayer is your beautiful standard Chanel spray. Now what do we get from Bleu de Chanel Parfum? The introduction here is gold. It's going to be beautiful, universally appealing. It's going to have that alluring kind of effect that we get with all the Chanels, whether it be the EDT, the Eau de Parfum, or the Parfum. Aside from all the notes that you have in the two previous compositions, you do get that character. The scent profile is going to be the same. The two things that I noticed the most in here is that this is going to be a creamier and woodier kind of a composition. They did amp up the cedar and the sandalwood. You're going to be able to get that from the get-go. As soon as you spray this fragrance on, you're going to feel that thickness, smoother, a lot fuller kind of a presence with this fragrance. Again, it's going to be a lot woodier than the two predecessors, which were a lot brighter and sharper than this particular one. You're still going to have that beautiful trifecta in the beginning, the introduction, with that sweet mint, grapefruit, ginger combo. It's still going to be present, and it dries down to this amazing combo of amber, vetiver, incense, and patchouli kind of a combo that's just to die for. Really creamy, really alluring, just very sophisticated and elegant. If you had to compare the three fragrances side by side, the EDT is going to be more youthful, more playful, a lot more amped up on the citruses. It won't last as long as the Eau de Parfum, which is a little sweeter, a little sharper. And then you have this one here, which is the most elegant, sophisticated, and fuller and deeper, and a lot more well constructed, if you will, compared to the three. It would not be redundant to have this fragrance if you had the other two. However, I would at least sample this to make sure it's not very similar to your nose, but to my nose, this is also definitely more mature than the other two. Like I said, EDT is more playful, EDP is sophisticated, but yet still have a lot of sweetness going on. This one here, not as sweet, but really creamy, woody, and definitely more elegant and sophisticated compared to the other two. Now, performance with this one is not going to be beastly. As we know with most Chanel fragrances these days, they're not really strong performers out there, and this one here is no different. But it's not bad for what it is. As far as projection goes, you're going to get about an hour and a half. It's going to sit closer to the skin compared to the other two. However, I must tell you, I got 7 to 8 hours. I do spray my clothes. It's going to last. It's going to linger. People will get your presence. People will smell you. I got a ton of compliments with this one, as well as I got with the other two, the predecessor, the EDP and the ADT. And it's one of those fragrances that people can't dismiss. It smells good. People are going to get whiffs. It lingers pretty good. The sillage in this one's very nice. So longevity, 7 to 8 hours. As far as the projection, you get about 1 to 1.5 hours, and sillage is actually quite good on this one. Because of the price point and due to the fact that this one here is deeper, denser, more well-rounded, a little bit more smoother, I'd perhaps keep this one for more sophisticated, dressier, more elegant situations, and leave the other two for more playful, youthful, relaxed kind of a situation. If you want to have this one as a signature scent, it's a perfect one for that because it's very well rounded. It's good for all occasions. Like I said, you can dress it up, dress it down, office scent, first date. You're always going to make a great first impression with Bleu de Chanel. That's one thing we can all agree on. My final thoughts on Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I was actually pretty happy with the release. I like it. I didn't love it. I thought that maybe this was going to be a little bit darker, a little more intense. Perhaps we'll see some more intense, darker, extreme versions of Bleu de Chanel in the future. You know, I would bet my can that we will see different flankers from Bleu de Chanel in the near future, for sure. But in the meantime, I thought that they could have added maybe oud or maybe tonka. You know, I was expecting this to be a little stronger and perhaps a little darker than what it is. Maybe amped up on the patchouli. They really amped up here on the cedar and sandalwood. I was expecting, again, this to be a darker composition. It is nice, but still retain the character and profile of the other two. It does its own thing. It does grant at least you to try it if you're watching this video. Like I said, you might like this one better than the other two. All right, so I'd like to hear from you guys, the viewers. What do you think about Chanel, Bleu de Chanel Parfum? Is this a redundant release? Is this a money grab kind of release from Chanel? Have you tried this fragrance? If you have tried, what are your thoughts on it? Please let me know down below and let's start a little conversation. And of course, please don't forget to show your support. I still see numbers of 60+% of people watching these videos not subscribers of this channel. It's so easy, it's so simple, and it's free just to click that button and continue to help this channel. Your support is extremely important for the growth of the channel. So please like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. In the meantime, you guys, stay fragrant. Keep on spraying, and as always, I got you covered. See you next time.